It's your girl India
and Nelly.
And today we finna do like a girl talk video. We got these good old self-love cards, and we picked 3 from each level: past, future, and present, or whatever.
Cause I love yourself first.
Yeah, and so we finna answer these questions, and yeah. All right, so first question: what do you no longer need?
That's a good question. I no longer need a man to pay my bills type shit. I never really did, but you know, I don't need a man to know that I can take care of me. Pretty much, yeah. So, but you know, it's nice to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But you realize now that like you can do it on yourself.
Yeah. Like you don't necessarily really have to depend on that person. Mm-hmm. It's just something that's just nice to have.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. Definitely, I feel that because that's how I feel. Like I like having people here. Like I was telling you earlier, like. I need somebody to help me, take out my trash.
Yeah.
Help me take out my trash. I'm tired of doing it.
Yeah, like
stuff like that. But it's like I can do it myself.
Or wash my car or something like that. Yeah.
I'm more than capable. It's just like it's good to have it.
Yeah.
Like, to have that person. I would say for me, something that what do you no longer need? I would say people that drain my energy.
That's a big one.
Because I feel like I always pour into people and I don't get poured into. So like with that being said, people that like drain me, like I don't need that. Like cause it's like sometimes you have people around you that you really want to have just because of y'all history or how they made you feel once upon a time. Right. Now it's like, damn, now I gotta live without you. Yeah. And like you want it so bad to like for it to work with them. But it's like, you don't really need them.
Yeah, and sometimes the person that you really strongly rooting for is maybe the person that is not good for you.
Yeah, that's not good for you at all. So yeah, that's that.
Well, the next one says, what have you built your confidence on?
What have I built my confidence on?
Yeah, like what was something that helped you in the process of building confidence?
I don't know, just being me, like, I'm dark skinned, I'm tall. I used to be skinny, stuff like that. Cause like,
are those things that you didn't necessarily feel confident about?
I always have, but like I never had no reason not to. But it's just like you see the type of people, girls that boys want, and I'm always taller than a lot of boys, especially like in middle school and stuff like that. Like getting into like high school. Okay, so I would say it's not because of nothing that anybody has said or how I felt about anything. Cause I've always been confident within. Like. I never care about like how I dressed or how people viewed me, but I feel like that was something that kind of just made me want to like be more confident. Right. Because it's like people always say something about dark skinned people. Right. And people say I'm not that dark. I'm really not, but like I always felt like I was dark skinned. Yeah. But like I always felt like people always used to talk about dark skinned people, but like I always felt confident within. But like I just felt like you gotta be strong. You gotta be confident because it's only one of you, and it's only one of you, and you can't change. You can change, but you shouldn't want to change just because of the stereotype or what people think or what they like.
Today's double standard as society and and stuff. But that's like all good points. Mm-hmm. For me, it's gonna have to be my weight. Mm-hmm. Because I was not always a big girl. I'm big now, but like I wasn't always like.
Used to be a little petite.
Yeah, like you get it.
Gain weight.
Then over time you gain weight, and it's like, just like
like you look at your old self and then look at you now,
and you be like, dang, did I really just? But then again, you can get back to that. Yeah. But that's not something that person is not the person I really want to go back to. Mm-hmm. Not saying I want to stay the size. I'm working on actually slimming down a little bit more to where I'm comfortable in my own skin. Not saying I'm not comfortable. Mm-hmm. But something that kind of helped with rebuilding that confidence for me would have had to been looking at or listening to other people say, oh, hey, your weight doesn't look bad on you, not for your height, or
you carry it well. Yeah, because some people be bigger and it don't look good on them, or something like it's just like it doesn't change how you look, or it's not like oh, you big and you need to get smaller.
Yeah.
Look back. Like, I get what you're saying. Like,
Right.
I can't, yeah. I feel like,
and then I had to, it was like a lot of people would tell me, oh, yeah, your weight isn't.
Bye-bye.
Your weight isn't like body fat. Your weight is muscle. It's muscle weight.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm more muscular than actual.
Yeah, because you used to run track and shit.
Yeah, swim, all of it.
Yeah.
But so mine is more so of muscle.
Yeah.
And she was like, over time, I'll start to build more muscle since I'm all continuously active.
Mm-hmm.
So mine building confidence on that, it took a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So it's times where I still feel not too good about it.
Yeah.
So I'll just be like, okay, well, you know, you're not gonna always look like this.
Yeah.
You don't naturally set into your body until you're 30.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're 30, after that, it's hard to lose or gain any weight that you have gained over the past years. So yeah, okay, yeah. So for confidence wise, my man was who helped me with, you know, kind of
being who you did, you now. So it's kind of like, I still like you, like the fuck.
Right.
Like shit, you the same person to me because you still the same person with whether the size or whatever, you still you.
Yeah.
Your personality never changed.
Yeah.
Nothing changed.
Nothing.
So yeah, I would say because like with me personally, like I said, the height and everything. Because I used to always be so much taller than everybody. I used to hate that.
I was kind of jealous because you was tall. I always wanted to be tall.
And everybody's like, some people say that. And I be like, you don't want to be tall. But there's nothing wrong with being tall. But I don't like being in the store and a woman asking me, can you reach that?
I don't like being short. I don't like being short. But I don't want to be, like, I don't want to be too short, but I don't want to be too tall. Yeah. If that makes sense.
And I feel like my height is probably, like,
perfect.
Good for a female. But it's like, sometimes you see a short nigga be like, damn.
You too little.
Damn, you too small.
I don't like
Put your little in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like,
little pocket rocket.
Yeah, little pocket. But, and I feel like that's one thing, but like, I've always been like confident, like comfortable in my skin. Yeah. Regardless, like I used to be skinnier than I am now, and I don't know. It's just like little stuff, but nobody ever like bullied me, so like I never felt like, oh, I hate this about myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's like little stuff that be like, dang, I wish I was a little bit shorter, just a little bit, or stuff like that. But it's never been like, oh no, insecurity thing. But yeah, and then like being dark skinned, like some boys don't like dark skinned girls. Yeah. But
nowadays, everybody on the dark skinned women train. Yeah. Everybody. Yeah. But see, me personally, and it's probably just because it's just a me thing. Mm-hmm. But me personally, I like dark skinned men. Yeah, me too. Dark skinned women. I never seen anything wrong. I always thought dark skinned women were actually really pretty. Yes. So,
but yeah, I think dark skinned women are beautiful.
Really?
Like, they're just so uniquely them, like, unapologetically them. And like, when I was working at Amazon, it was this man, he was dark skinned, and this light skinned girl wanted to talk to him. And I told him, because like, me and him was cool. Mm-hmm. And I was like, she want to talk to you? And he like, she not my type. He said, I like dark skinned women, like dark skinned women. And I told her, and she was hurt. And she just started acting funny towards me.
I mean, I can't help that I'm dark skinned.
Yeah, like, she was like acting weird towards me and this other girl. And she was like, oh, that's the type of girl she like African dark women. Like, I'm like, the girl not even dark. She was like my color. I'm like, damn, so you think I'm black as fuck? Like, that's when
that damn dark.
Like, yeah, like, I was like, really, like, she not even dark. And me and the girl ended up talking.
We was recording a video, so I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna wait till afterwards.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, like, it's just like, I don't know, like, so like that kind of like made me feel so good too. Like, not in a way like, oh, I'm finna take him from her type of, but it made me feel like, damn, it's men out here that want dark skinned women, right? Just how like some women want, you know, a certain type, you know. But and like,
you got those men that glorify a lot of dark skin.
Yeah, women. And I like it. That's how he was. Like, he used to be like, I like dark women, like African women that's like from Ghana type African. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I like you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you glorifying black beauty. Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't like, you're not discriminating, but you kind of like, that's what I like. I like dark skinned women.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna ever change my mind about that. And I just like that because light skinned women, like, not to be, you know, but like they always feel like they better just because they light skinned for some reason. Whatever that reason may be, they always feel like they better. So that kind of like made me like, gave me a little bit confidence. Like, yeah, like, damn, like, you know, it's people out here that want dark skinned women just how some men want light skinned women.
Mm-hmm. So that's a good confidential boost.
Yeah.
For a lot of people who are actually dark skinned and don't like the fact that they're dark skinned.
Yeah, because they feel like society only want light skinned women. But yeah, like I feel like that's like, that kind of like, it just made me look at things a little different. Like, even though I've always been confident, like, mind you, I was like 21 at the time. I'm 22 now. So, like, it just made me look at stuff different. Like, you know, it's still hope out here. Mm-hmm. But, like, I don't like that. Like, some women, dark-skinned women, they feel like, okay, well, it's going to be hard.
Beauty standards that they can't
it's going to be hard to find somebody that really want me because I'm dark. But it's nothing wrong with being dark. Like,
oh.
Dark is fucking, what they say, the darker the berry, the sweeter.
Listen.
Okay, so the next question is, what about you has remained intact through the years, or throughout the years? Is one, like, my confidence, of course, like we were just talking about that. My confidence and just who I am, like my heart, my feelings, and everything. Good.
Yeah, so to kind of go back to what I was saying, for me it has to be my personality. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I don't got no split personality disorder, but again, anybody that know me know that, you know, you can get any version of me any day. So today you can get, you know, the really sweet, you can pull my heartstring type of version of me, or you can get the real, it's up and it's stuck with me version of me, or you can get the real chill, mellow vibes out me. Mm-hmm. So I would have to say my personalities, because I really just been one person throughout the years.
Yeah, well,
because
multiple people.
Yeah,
them same people though.
Right, pretty much.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm
like,
saying.
Like, you still have every part of you, like the goofy side, the angry side, but it never changed. Like, okay, you used to be cool, now you not cool. Type,
right.
Like, now you mean and you stuck up and stuff
like that. Or grouchy type, yeah. So now it's just like, it's all in one. Mm-hmm. So, I can go from, like, it's very easy to, or
flip that switch. Yeah,
flip a switch, basically. Like, it's easy to get me mad, and it's easy to get me
back happy. Yeah,
pretty much.
And I feel like that's the same with me also, but I feel like to get me happy, I feel like certain people can do that. Yeah. 'Cause I feel like if you don't know me from Can and Pay and I'm mad, you can't just make me happy.
Yeah, not
like,
real.
I feel like certain people know how to make me happy, especially if we've been around
for a long enough time.
Yeah. And some people just naturally like goofy to make you like or feel better. You know? Like they naturally just like that. But
especially when it's like come down to like those certain situations where you feel like you don't want to be bothered with nobody, even if it's that person that comes around and say, hey, you know, you just need a little light in your life right now. I be in my head, I'm like, I don't want that shit.
Yeah,
but then, you know, he turn around and be like, just like that, and then I'm happy. I'm like, okay, maybe I need it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I hate being mad at, like, my person, though.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's like, damn, like, I didn't want you to feel like it was against you. Like, damn, like, I ain't do nothing to you. That was them. Like, why are you taking it out on me? But it's not directly taking out towards you, but, like, I'm not gonna look bipolar. I'm mad at them and I'm happy with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but sometimes it can be like that, though. But I definitely feel like, for me, it's been, like, it's my personality and my love. Like, I feel like that hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Like, if you met me years ago and I was this kind person, I'm still that kind person. Yeah. But I can say that, like, my guard is kind of up a little bit more, only the simple fact that I got a child. Yeah. So I can't let too much slide like I used to let slide. Yeah. Like, I'm not mean, but, like, I definitely...
It's more you being more aware.
Yeah. Definitely more aware. Like, I feel like when I'm out, like, this don't got nothing to do with the question, but when I'm out, like, I'm on all 10 when I'm with Ace. Yeah. Like, I don't let nothing slide. I don't let nobody just walk up on me or nothing like that when I got him.
I feel like when a kid, you know, to piggyback off that, I feel like when a kid becomes involved, then that makes you more self-aware, more, you know, just aware of your surroundings. Yeah.
Mama bear, bro. Like, everything just on 10. Like, your senses on 10. I'm more aware, and I'm more like, I don't know, I just don't let a lot of stuff slide. Like, in certain ways I do, but not when it comes to him, though. Mm-hmm. Like, he just a no-go. Like, you can't even...
Non-negotiable.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Well, how do you measure your own success?
Looking at where I was back then and looking at where I'm now. Like, where I was a year ago, where I was 3 years ago, 5 years ago, and looking at where I am today.
Okay, so this is a question within a question. Kinda. Mm-hmm. I know you probably was not expecting this, but to piggyback off this question, mm-hmm. How do you plan on measuring or making sure you plan to properly meet your future life goals?
Okay, so I feel like, so one thing I can say for sure, where I am today is where I prayed to be. Mm-hmm. Once upon a time. A couple years ago, I prayed to be in a situation. I prayed to have a child. I prayed to have my own apartment. I prayed to be working and just being able to do it on my own. Yeah. And stuff like that. So I prayed to be where I am today. But now I pray to be somewhere else. I pray to be in a house. I pray to have a better car. Mm. I pray to have, you know, more children. And also, it's a question in there, I think, that kind of like gonna tie into what I'm gonna say. Yeah. But I feel like I want a family. Okay. So where I am today and where I want to be in a couple years, mm-hmm. and how I'm making sure that happens. I can't say I'm making sure that happens, but I'm kind of I'm taking it slow. Right. And I'm not rushing it because, like, I wanted situations to work and they haven't. So I'm like, damn, like, I thought you was my person. Yeah. Like, damn, you was so good with Ace. Yeah. I thought we was going to have a family and we was going to be one little family. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes even with that person that you, like I said, really want mm-hmm. those things with, sometimes it's not meant to be, or it might not be good for you, mm-hmm. or you know.
But yeah, like definitely, because like when I look at it now, like in the situation now, I'm like, damn, like I'm kind of glad that didn't happen. Yeah. But it's like you was cool, and then I can't say that away from you. Yeah. However, maybe it wasn't right for us to be together.
Do you believe in like I'm trying to think of the lyrics of this. Right person, wrong time?
I knew you was going to say that. I don't know. Because I heard somebody say, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not true. Like, it's not real. Okay. But, see, so me personally, I feel like, yeah. Okay. Because, not the... Not then we gonna say no names, yeah. I got to. Not no name, but I gotta put the... Yeah. My son and dad. Okay. I was in love with him. We just talked about this earlier. Yeah. I was in love with him. Like, everything was perfect when it was perfect. When we was together, everything was perfect. Mm. Now that we not together, it's like, damn, like...
I hate that we...
Yeah, what happened? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm not saying I wish we was together today. Mm. Granted, we do have a child, so of course, like, I do want to, you know, I would have liked to, you know, be with the one person that I had a child with and keep having kids with, and I have to have multiple children by, you know, or have children by another person or whatever.
Or even, you know, consider possibly having some by somebody else.
And marrying somebody else. Like, I thought we was going to get married. Mm-hmm. I thought we was going to have more kids. Like, that was the plan. You feel me? But for the simple fact that, like, we didn't work out and we are where we are today, it's kind of like, damn, like, maybe you were the right person, but just at the wrong time. Because granted, we had a great time together. We went on dates, we fell in love, we did so much in the little time we did. We had a child, my biggest blessing. Mm-hmm. Like, we did all of these great things, but now it's like, it's not that no more. Yeah. But it's like, it ain't no love lost, but maybe it wasn't meant for us to be
at that time.
Or maybe it was right at that moment, but as of right now, it's just not that anymore.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I feel like I do believe in it. Right person, wrong time. But where we are today, like, I feel like it's just different. Like, like I don't see us being together no more.
Yeah.
Especially like after all of the things that have happened.
Or that have probably been said to one another.
Yeah.
And words can definitely, stick with a person.
Yeah, and but then on top of that, but I can say that too. But I feel like the most recent shit that has been said, I feel like that kind of would make shit a little bit even more hard if it was to even, but it's probably more than likely not. But you know what I'm saying? Because when I say that, because like I said some things. I'm not even gonna say him. I've said some things to him, and we ended up getting back together. We got back together, and we broke up again. Yeah. So I had said some things, and he let it be in the past. And I'm like, damn, like I can't believe you forgave me after all of that. Yeah. He never brought it up again. He never said, oh, you said this, you said that. Like he let it go. Like,
and sometimes them be the good ones. Them.
Next question.
It be the good ones though. Like sometimes after this, the next question. Sometimes it really be the good ones though. Like you can't lie. You cannot lie. Sometimes they be like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna throw this in your face because I know you probably didn't mean you said it out of anger. Yeah. Yeah. Like, and they be willing to work it out.
Yeah, and then I feel like it's like on some just being mature, because like I understand why you said that. Granted, it wasn't right. It wasn't right. It shouldn't have been said. But I get why you said it, because I would have felt the same way if I was in those shoes. Yeah. Like if I was in those shoes, I probably would have said the same thing. I would have probably felt the same way. Yeah. But I can't say like I done said the worst shit.
Yeah. Well, how do I measure my own success? It's kind of the same way that you do. Mm-hmm. Just basically taking a look back at, where you started versus where you are now. Mm-hmm. Of course, they tell you before you run, you have to crawl before you can walk. You have to walk before you can run. Mm-hmm. And those take steps and time. So over time, you get all these great accomplishments. You do all these great accomplishments. You reach these good ass goals. You like, damn girl, look at you. You doing the do stuff that nobody really thought that you would be able to do. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, the same way basically.
I feel like that's how I am. Like I'm gonna do it because you think I can't do it.
Yeah.
And my thing, like I've always been like that. Like even with like my son and dad, like people used to like, cause he's younger than me. Yeah. People used to always talk so much shit. And
I'm a prove you wrong type of person.
Yeah, I'm gonna prove you wrong type.
And I love doing that.
Granted, we didn't work out, but we have a kid together. We have a kid together, and like, it's no hate. Right. You feel me? Like we're cordial. Like we can be in the same room and not fucking kill each other. Right. So, and like I said, granted we didn't work, but like that's how I was when I was with him. Like people used to always like say little slick shit or feel like, you older than him. But like, it's not like I'm 5 years older than him. 4 years older than
16
him.
Years older.
Yeah, like I'm not crazy older than him. And like, so like when we was together, like I was so determined to make us work, because we're not gonna let them think that this, like, we can't work because our age. Where I'm at today, like we're having a kid and like trying to like find love and things like that. Like I'm like I want it to work, because I want people to see that like,
you got something good going on.
Yeah, like me and my son dad didn't work out, but I found somebody, not saying he's somebody better, but I found somebody that's better in ways, and like that's willing to
fill some parts of a gap.
Willing to be that father figure that I need in the household. I want a husband. I want to have more kids by one person, and we just done. Yeah, like done. Like my son is like his son. He treat him like his son, but he don't, overstep, but he's still being that male figure, and a good role model to my son. Right. And we have more kids and just live happily fucking ever. Yeah. Like that's what I want so bad. And it's like, I'm not rushing it no more. Like I'm not gonna say no more like I ever was, but it was just like I kinda just wanted shit to work. Yeah. Like I said, I wanted shit to work so I could get that faster. Cause I'm like, okay, if I start now, then by the time I'm 25, I can go ahead and get married. Yeah. But it's like it's not like that. Like no. I'm almost 23. I'll be 23 this year, and I might find my soulmate tomorrow. I might find them in 6 months.
Next week.
You feel me? Like I could, but I'm not like
rushing it.
Yeah, like okay, that's my soulmate. Let me go. It's just like he'll come to me.
Yeah.
what kind of validation do you crave? I crave the validation of like being a mom, like being a good mom. Like everybody tell me like, oh, you doing good. Like especially for me to be young, be doing it on my own for real. Like I have great help. I got a great help. His grandparents are amazing. They give me a break and everything. So I have amazing help. But however, being in the household, just me and just him, like just me and him, like I do it on my own. You feel me? So I feel like I get told a lot and enough that I'm doing great, but like hearing it makes me feel just better. Because like I know sometimes I have my days where like I'm overwhelmed. Thank you. I have my days when I'm overwhelmed. I have my days when I'm like, dang, like, am I doing good enough? Like, I yelled at him. Now I feel so horrible. Like, I'm like, damn, I'm a bad mother. Yeah. But my son, every time he see me, he's smiling. He running to me. Even unless he with his uncles, he don't think about me. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he always is happy to see me. So I'm like, I know I'm doing a good job. He's smart. Yesterday, I asked him, I said, Ace, what come after 1? He said, 2. How you know that? I was just playing with him. And he knew. So I'm like, oh, I'm doing a great job. You are. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. He know how to talk, like, you know what I'm saying? Really good. He knows, really good. Yeah, like, he know how to talk. He knows so much. Like, he learned his colors still, and like, it's just like little stuff. Like, he knows a little sign language. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I'm doing my thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look at him, I'm doing a good job. Yeah. Like, I just know, like, certain situations make me feel like, dang, like, I'm not doing it good enough. But, like, I know in reality, like, things could be worse. I do say that, too. Like, things could be worse. Yeah. For me, I'd say the type of validation that I crave outside of just relations in general, would have to be just somebody telling me that I'm doing good for my age. Because... especially now in our generation, not too many people are craving to do or to want to do good for themselves. You got a lot of people our age now who graduated the same year we graduated, still wanting to live with their parents. Yeah. Still wanting to go out and party, not work or anything like that. I'm not bashing nobody. Yeah, but just saying, like, you got people that really don't want anything for themselves. Yeah, like they want to live off somebody else. Like they're they want to. They're comfortable. They're comfortable with living off of someone else. Yeah. Granted, I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with living with your parents at a certain age because bills high as hell. Groceries high. So if you can get it like a little free, then that's that. Yeah. However, wanting to do good for yourself and wanting something for yourself is major. And that's the conversation that I was telling you that my coworker was telling me that for us to talk about. It's like starting a business, like wanting something for yourself, because that's what he was telling me earlier. He was just like, he was like, what you want to do? Because I know this not it for you. I'm like, it's not. No, I'm like, it's not. Like, I want to do stuff, but I don't know what I want to do. But that's why I was talking to you about what I was talking to you about. Like, because that's just an idea. Because like I've always been like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, and then like end up like changing my mind, kind of like, I don't know if that's for me, type thing. So I know I want to work for me. Yeah. So like that's being your own boss is something that is. Being your own boss is literally something that nobody can take from you. Yeah. Once you get to where you want to be and you like, okay, well, I could do this. I'm going to get up and go to work today and still get paid. Or I'm going to get up and not go to work today and still get paid my money. Yeah. That would be the best feeling in the world, which is why, you also why. Right, exactly. You can't clock me out. Which is why when we talked about, business-wise, doing things together, girl, clock it. Yeah, literally. Clock it. It's like, we said it and we really trying to do it. Like, not trying. We actually like in the motion. Making good moves because it's like it's people our age that don't want to do stuff like that. Yeah, and you know that like it's people who not thinking about doing that. They still want to work for the man. Yeah, they still they comfortable with doing that, and like I don't know. And like I said, it's nothing wrong with living with your parents because like I feel like in ways it is beneficial. Yeah, especially if you want to like. Build up and do things for yourself before going and having to stress about a light bill. Yeah. Like, dang, how I'm going to pay this? Or, dang, I ain't got no groceries in my house. Or, like little stuff like that. And I feel like, I don't know, like, it's a part of adulting. Though. Yeah. So, and like, granted, we got those friends, of course, that actually still do live with their parents. And
they're comfortable with living there because they know that, you know, hey, mom and dad will always take care of me. Which is not bad. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, you got to grow out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
or not grow older. Of it. Not grow out of it, but you have to want more for yourself.
Yeah, true. Because you can't depend on them forever because they're not going to be here forever.
Right.
We're like, you know what I'm saying? Parents are older, or, you know, they might be on the younger side. However, like, they're not going to be here forever. That's just the truth. Like, that's just reality. They're not going to be here forever. So, with that being said, you got to learn how to fend for yourself. Yeah. So, and then, like, I feel like I said, like, with me personally, I always said, like, oh, my kids are always going to be welcome at home. Always. They always going to be welcome at home. However, like, I don't want them to have their own emotion. Like, I want them to be doing something like, Mom, can I stay with you? Because these bills high and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if they need help, like, if they stand by themselves and they need help, like, Mom, like, I'm sure.
Or at least be able to pass down, like, some type of generational wealth.
Yeah, like, that's where I want to be at, like, so they don't have to ask me for this and that. Yeah. Like, I want them to always know that, like, I'm going to be here regardless. Yeah. However, you got it, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can do this, but, like, that's why, like, even with, like, businesses and stuff, like, I want them to grow up to have that. And then, like, even with, like, savings and stuff, like, I'm trying to get him I'm trying to get my son a savings, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, something so when he gets of age, like, he don't have to be like, dang, like, I didn't know, like, the real world was this expensive. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'd have something to help him a little bit. Yeah. So, yeah, and then, like, I don't know, it's, like, little stuff that I've seen that, like, I want to do, like, even with, like, when he gets a little older, say, like, he 18, he can get a job and stuff, and, like, I'm going to say, oh, you got to pay rent. But I'm going to keep the money and, like, save it and be like, so when he's ready to move out, I can just give him all the money. Like, this all your money that you paid me your rent.
So, I mean, at least for people our age, I know that they don't like hearing from somebody else their age
like how
advice and stuff.
Like the same age.
Right. Yeah. But just advice given to people our age. That business you want to start, that thing you want to go and do it.
Today.
Invest in yourself. Go do it.
Tomorrow is not promised. If you don't do it today, when are you going to do it? Right. If not now, when? Yeah. So, like,
and procrastinating is not good for anybody that wants to invest in themselves. Yeah. You're going to keep procrastinating. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to keep coming.
And tomorrow's going to be next year. Okay. And then, like, a year has passed. Like, because it's like, last year I had told myself by the time I turn 22, I'm going to know what I want to do with my life. Right. And it's like, I've always known, okay, I'm going to, you know, be my own boss. Mm-hmm. However, what do you want to do? Yeah, like, doing what? How am I going to be there, like, or whatever?
Like, I get it. Like, a lot of people our age do want to create their own businesses. Mm-hmm. But maybe they like us. They don't know where to start. Or they don't know what they want to have their business based off of.
Let me tell y'all good advice. So, somebody told me this. Mind you, he was 24 at the time. Mm-hmm. He was 24. I was, 21? Mm-hmm. And he told me this good advice. He told me to get a journal, write down everything that I want to do. Mm-hmm. Everything I want to do research on it, how you start, how long it's going to take me to get there, how much I got to save up, what do I need to do. Right. And, like, the whole process, like, not just the beginning, but, like, even within, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, starting a business might sound so easy. Okay, I only got to save up this much. I only got to do this. I only got to do that. But you got to think about the stuff you really got to do, because one day you are going to be able to sit on your butt and, like, still be making money. Okay. However, in the beginning, you got to work. Right. You got to work to get to where you want to be. Right. So I thought that was, like, great advice when he told me. I was like, you smart. Like, I like
the way you think.
Yeah, like, I like you. Like, I really took that into consideration. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, you smart. Like, and I did that. Like, and I'm like, dang, like, that really helped a lot to know what I want to do and what I don't want to do. Because it's like, I don't know, you putting all your ideas, you putting all your eggs, you know, in one basket, and you, like, sorting them out. Mm-hmm. And, like, you're just trying to figure out, like, what's best. Yeah. For you. Because it might seem so, like, something that you want to do until you actually do the research and be like, oh, no, I can't do this. Yeah. Or I'm not comfortable with doing this. I'm not going to be consistent with doing this.
Yeah. And see, that's how I was when I got, you know, all my stuff aligned for, you know, what I'm trying to do right now. I was like, man, I just noticed something I'm not going to be consistent with.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept telling myself, you know you're not going to be consistent, but that's things that you personally would need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's things personally I have to work on, which I have been, you know, trying to make sure that I can be consistent with it. Don't start nothing if you know you're not going to be consistent with it.
Especially if it's something that you really want to do. And don't start something and put your money into it if you're not going to be consistent
and
with
that's the only reason for why I want to be consistent with it. Because we put way too much, investing way too much money, time, effort, and energy into something like that. Yeah.
And for you to just stop.
Yeah.
Because it's like, now you failed.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I feel like. And that's why I'm saying, like, if I put some money into something, I'm going to do it regardless. And that's why I'm so scared to just start just anything and I don't want to do it for real.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I be trying to do my research on stuff.
Yeah. It says, what parts of yourself do you feel the need to protect? My heart.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say my heart, because anybody that knew me, like, from the time of being, like, super young up until now knows that I've always been, like, a really, really nice person. I don't mind giving, because that was just me. I was just always giving.
Yeah.
Or always up, ripping and running, ready to go hop to somebody else's knees, or hop to somebody who, you know, just wanted somebody to be there. And I still do that. Granted, I still do that. But I do it now under certain circumstances. I do it now if, you know, I know that, you know, you're not just taking advantage of it.
Yeah, and you'll do the same for me.
Right. So it took me a very, 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 very long time to see that you can't do that for everybody. Because some people don't appreciate it. They show you several times, like, hey, I don't care because I know you're going to keep doing it. So I'm going to show you I don't care, or I'm going to show you that you're not necessarily appreciate it. You know, just little stuff that they do that literally will tell you in your face, like, hey, you know, you can stop doing this now.
Yeah.
So I would get in my feelings, get my little feelings hurt or whatever a few times. But in the end, I just be like, well, you know, that's something you just have to come up from and learn from. So that's what's up for me. It has to be my heart, because it makes me want to give all the time. It's so easy for you to pull at a heartstring of mine, because I would hate for me to have to be in a certain situation and feel like you don't have nobody, or feel like you can't turn to nobody or talk to nobody because either somebody's gonna judge you and talk about you, somebody gonna put you down, somebody gonna turn around and throw it back in your face later. I'm not that type of person.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely not that kind of person.
Yeah.
You can come to me and vent to me about anything. If I know that it's coming from you confidentially and you just need somebody to talk to, that's between me and you. Whatever the fuck was said between me and you is between me and you.
Yeah. They don't got nothing to do with nobody.
Right, I don't got nothing to do with nobody.
I'm not gonna judge you because
none of that. I be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody go through stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't mind putting a lot of stuff on hold for certain people in my life.
Yeah.
I'll be quick to come to somebody's rescue who is very close to me.
Yeah.
And you know well, very well, that I wouldn't mind putting that aside for people. Yeah. We just gonna leave it there. But you get what I'm saying. But yeah.
But yeah, like, I feel like, and then it's scary sometimes because, like, would you do the same for me?
Right.
Like, that's the main thing. Like, of course, being used and stuff like that, but it's like, if I was in that same situation, like, I would want you to be there for me.
Right.
So, of course, I'm gonna be there for you. Especially if y'all close enough.
Yeah, right. And then another thing is, you got people that do, like, that whole tit for tat situation. Alright. I don't do tit for tat. I don't approve of tit for tat at all. But if I feel like, you know, it
depends on the situation.
I feel like if you come at me a certain way in a tit for tat, I'm gonna match your energy.
Match your energy, definitely.
I don't approve of it. It's something that I would think of later on and be like, did you really have to do that?
Yeah.
Like, you better than that. Or, you know, your mom taught you better than that. You didn't have to even react to that, because that's what they were looking for, was a reaction.
Yeah.
And you gave them that.
Yeah.
So sometimes I beat myself up over just giving simple reactions towards certain situations.
And I was just going to say that. I literally feel the same way. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, a lot of people don't deserve your energy
at all,
and doing that, just give them your energy. Like, you show somebody, if somebody can make you mad, they can control you.
Yeah.
So if they know that they can control you,
they gonna keep doing it.
They gonna keep doing it.
Just you giving that person validation, like, hey, I know I can get up under her skin, so I'm just gonna do it just to do it.
Yeah.
it's a never ending cycle with certain people like that. So sometimes they're the people that you gotta let go.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I would definitely say my heart too, because I feel like I've been hurt so many times in so many different ways, to the point where it's like I gotta protect me.
Right.
And if I don't protect me, nobody else will.
Right.
And yeah, that's definitely mine. Like, I feel like my heart is something I know that I gotta protect, because it's like I'm such a giving person. I'm such an understanding person. I let so much slide. I let so much just be just because I mess with you this way, or whatever the case may be. Like I've said it, like, you know, previously in this video and stuff like that. Like I'm just like that. So like, with that being said, like I know I gotta protect me, and protecting me is protecting my heart, because if I don't do that, then I'm just gonna let anything go. Yeah. And I just can't do that, because it's like my heart is too pure to let certain people get to it.
Yeah. And
especially in the negative way.
And then you still gotta be very careful even with that, because you never know. A lot of people got secret agendas nowadays, regardless of how close y'all were, or regardless,
or trying to be. Because you literally, like, you know, like the situations that have been happening, it's like
they prove it to you just through certain situations. Like if you got a secret agenda with somebody, or someone has one with you, so it's going to show.
And it's so scary, because sometimes you don't know from the get go. Sometimes sometimes you can tell. Sometimes you can tell quicker, but certain people, it be so hard to tell. Like, are they using me, or is it like, is this for real?
The first few signs, I'm not gonna lie, maybe like the first two signs will be like hard to tell type of thing, because you would think I know this person, so I know that they're not gonna do me like this. But
and then, that be the scary part, because they will do you.
Right, but then you go and you try to sit down and talk to that person, like, hey, what's going on with this? You know, I saw that you did. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Blah blah blah. I'm sorry you felt that way. You let it go, brush it off. Then moments later, it happens again, and then that becomes a never-ending cycle. At that point,
yeah, I feel like some people they be knowing what they doing to you.
Yeah.
So like, and they know how, like, especially if you like a good person with a good heart. Yeah. They know how to like get to you. Like they know, like, okay, well, I know that she gonna let this, you know, like I said, she gonna let this slide, or she gonna take me back, and she gonna be my friend still, just because we've been friends for this long. This, that, and third, like. Oh, she a good person. She gonna help me out.
Right, and it's only but so much stuff a person with a good heart can really take.
Yes, like literally. So that's why I say, like, my heart is definitely something I have to protect, because it's like I can't keep going through the same stuff, because one day I'm just gonna give up,
or find that breaking point to whereas, you know, you're at a standstill. Yeah, you're at a standstill to whereas nobody wants to deal with the guard that you're putting up, or the boundaries that you're setting, because how, you know, other people have shown you or reacted towards you, or just not even verbally but physically shown you, like, hey, I don't appreciate XYZ that you do for me. They don't necessarily even have to verbalize that. They can physically literally show you that. Yeah. So I mean, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
It's definitely the heart. Like, you gotta protect your heart. You don't do anything, you gotta protect your heart and your children. I'm gonna protect mine.